Oh hi, it's Opine PanAnning. Welcome me back to Let's Battle Dub Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. We feel
Now, if Discord stops being a piece of shit, we can get through the last part.
right. This is take
Right, Falcon?
right. This is take two of this because our first recording messed up, so we're doing this again. Well, we didn't get too far. We're just to this screen. But anyways,
Yeah, basically.
we're close to the finishing this, but not really. It's like we're close, but not that close. Because still we got
However, it is the last part of the game.
the court. Will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Uh, as I check the attorney's badge, see if it's there. Yes, my all-important badge. It knows when I'm a defense attorney. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth?
That is. It's nothing, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, could you please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis of Miss Impact's suicide note?
Y- yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery.
Say what? What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This this note was not written by Miss Impax herself.
What? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If was not written by Miss Impact, then who wrote it?
We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Yuan Corrida.
Mr. Corrida? Well. It looks like Miss Impact never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engard.
However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engard could not have known that, and so that fact remains unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it.
That does sound very possible. This theory that Engard had no idea that the suicide note was fake? Something seems a little wrong with it. Yeah, let's present.
Time to present evidence for
Yes,
something that was already proven.
yeah. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Engarda to have not known it was a fake. Because of the... Where's that fucking camera? Yeah,
Yep.
take that. What was this little item called again? Jesus Christ, Judge, you're forgetting things. Ugh. Um, a video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. Huh, your kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Get with the times, old man. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engardi knew of the existence of this note. However, because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? If that were true, Slam, then this means Mr. Engardi would have known that the victim had forged the note. So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. If that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed to a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. Like, poof.
But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Rangard monitored Mr. Corrida 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Rangard didn't know of.
Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why did you show some proof that the victim made the forgery in that unknown place?
Yeah.
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like this time it is you who had dug your own grave.
As I figured.
Huh? As you figured.
As I figured, it came down to this after all.
Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense.
When I heard the result of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next?
What next?
If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engar's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle.
Well, I agree with you there.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time.
Oh, well, that's fine.
However, this witness, is a
Oh.
little unusual.
Oh, yeah. It's this one. Fuck, forgot about this. Edgeworth's stuttering. This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness is one who perfectly fits to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder?
That's impossible! Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question in such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness?
It's,
Yes, go on. Who is it?
the man himself, Mr. Shelley the killer.
Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait, Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's coming here to this witness stand.
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission.
Well, Mr. Wright. Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it's really alright to do this.
Very well, then. The prosecution calls our witness to the stand.
Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us?
Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please.
There, yeah. Very, very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer. I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here?
Your Honor?
How can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio?
Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court.
So this must be what that urgent phone call he got was earlier about. Oh no, 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 no! This would not do! I can't allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley the Killer.
I understand. Please wait a second. Hmm?
I'm so hungry.
Maya! Maya! Please, Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer. And it looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem that we have too many choices under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else.
And what would that be?
At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Yuan Torida. Is it correct?
Just as you say, I did indeed kill Mr. Crider.
Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client.
Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. A bad dream. Shelly the killer. What is he going to say? Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is gonna be good.
Oh boy.
There's something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I almost say he seems to be mocking us.
While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean that's about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There is no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and be collected, Phoenix. Calm, cool, and collected. Shit. Oh. Assassin's Creed. No.
God damn it, oh my.
The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you are here testifying in this matter. This is the first time one of my clients has been ever accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? That has never happened before, but if it ever did... yes? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough. Please, no more. Very well. I was on a hypothetical anyway. Jeez. Yeah. Hold it. Yeah. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and has acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to shame themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You... Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, 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 no. I didn't say anything. The judge better have to watch himself. Grasp it. So, he's grasp something. We understand. So please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. Ugh, that egomaniacal... It's not for good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow that coming from an assassin makes it less than more than comforting. I don't really care about this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close, so you're gonna have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. Yeah, I get just like the Will Powers thing. This statement has to be pressed twice.
Yep.
Can I skip this? Oh, I can't. I'm just skipping the damn thing. Right here. Alright. I thought it was like the same text right there. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules? A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation for the client who can understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If we can't, and then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe that I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek.
You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready.
Excellent. No.
We'll basically go to the final statement.
Now then,
There we
I,
go.
I do believe it is about time I revealed the name of my client. Don't you agree?
And here we go.
Slam.
Bombshell time.
What is it? Um, uh, now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Yuan Ueda?
Oh, now I remember. God damn it. Yeah, this is a bombshell. That person's name is... Oh, here it comes. Well, it's not what Phoenix thinks, or Edgeworth.
Hmm.
Hmm. Adrian Andrews. What?
Witness? That's not who you told me it was earlier.
Hmm? Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews.
What? This can't be. On the phone earlier.
What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. Dick Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stab Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience within this court, Mr. Dick Killer told him a different name. Madame Garden, perhaps. I knew it.
This this is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie.
But you were the one who summoned this witness.
You surely the killer?
My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Madame Garden, and am I correct? All I wish to do is to help to procure his acquittal. Hmm. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah, but... Yeah, but still, again, trying to get a killer not guilty. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard it from the assassin himself, the name of his client. Mr. The killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all.
No.
With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Manangardi is innocent. No! I seem to have caused you all of a bit of confusion.
Oh,
Please,
whoa, whoa. Yeah.
please, continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. See, I can fuck up too, like you.
I don't know why the judge suddenly was the killer.
Maybe he is. Maybe no. It's like the radio frequency fucked up. That's why. Bailiff, please, Miss Adrian Andrews immediately. But now, with the way this is going, Angarda will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying, and Angarde, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would have absolved the defendant?
Your Honor, the permission requests permission to further question the witness. Actually, the killer is certainly lying under oath.
Hmm.
It wasn't me! Listen, everyone, please! This was one just now. It was all one big lie.
Miss Andrews.
The suicide note may have been a fake. But the man, he's the reason Celeste died. And you instead. It was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now. You have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client.
No, that's not true.
Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife, the button, donning the Nickel Samurai's costume.
But that's...
You even have a motive. We all know that Miss Celeste Impact was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright.
Mm.
You know the truth. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me.
Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? No.
We need to wait for the evidence.
Yeah.
The trial continues.
Shit. Which is the right thing to do. Sorry, Mia. Phoenix. I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept the not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Manangardi is the killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. Even if it means to save the other, though. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than an Angardi. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. That is because I am Edgeworth, that I now know the truth. The real truth. He could have gotten Angardi convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. And did I not hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright?
Right.
But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through this witness's lies and find the truth, that is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Keyword is miracle there. Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer. But
Right away, Your Honor.
has a verdict been reached?
Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more.
About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for?
Well, actually, we'd like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done.
What is he talking about? Usually done? But what shall we have him testify about now?
Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please still testify about your client in more detail.
Your legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? Well, at least we extended the damn trial, no? As,
Yep.
as I already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is the most unexpected turn of events. For the fifth time now. However, this time everything has finally been revealed.
Just a second, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth.
We still have the cross-examination to do.
But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here. Huh? But why? What is this witness has said? It was nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then I'll expose the lies in that oh so beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes the two of us. uh, Jesus Christ. Alright, we need to present one statement here.
Yep.
Summary scene of the crime. No. No.
I think it's the one when he says to pretend to be the first. Which was the previous statement. Or was it?
I think it's this one here.
It's been a while.
Glass. Objection. Yeah.
Jackhammer, is that you?
Thank you for so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. The Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, slam, your client had no idea that Mr. Juan Corrida had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass? Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But is that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would have never left their fingerprints behind. I see your point, Mr. Edgeworth. What is your opinion?
Strangely enough, had the same exact thought as us now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon?
Isn't that a waste of time to ask such a minor detail? It's not very important point anyway, correct?
I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have a knowledge of Mr. Corrida's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all.
How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, then we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence.
Ah, sorry.
That sounded like an awfully weak objection to me. Jackson!
Anyway, I'm positive that there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken.
Hmm, very well. Right now, I have to buy some more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I, I just know that this very outcome of this trial lies within those items. Get here already. Jesus Christ. Request taking. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. This is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I made no mistakes.
I think on this one we have to first press one of the statement and then we need to present a profile.
Okay. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Please. Fuck,
Please,
please. Excuse me.
don't die.
Yeah, I just had this cough for a while. You met in
I
a
think
certain...
this is the one you want to press.
Right. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was with that brief pause? Let's press. Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I wish to meet my client as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail.
And why is that?
That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish is to speak with the client while looking him in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? No, it wasn't.
It really wasn't.
Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I've already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. Ah, there it is. There it is. Him.
The thing is, I think that applies to any of the language where this game was released, but the name of the character is basically always an androgynous name. So this works.
Right. That's
I
what
forgot what the Japanese name was, but whatever.
I'll check that out at some point. That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client. It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now any of a warrant? Yes, it was.
Yep.
If I heard what I think I just heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was the utmost importance. Huh? Really?
If that's the case. Witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony.
Very well. From the moment I saw him, I thought, I can trust this person as a client. Yeah.
Him, you say?
Him, you say. Yeah. Objection. Adrian! I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at the time? Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times I must repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley the killer? Oh, I sounded like him, god damn it. Radio frequency. You've never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip up. about her. So what's the issue? Oh, what did you say just now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would to have told you that she is a woman. Oh! Oh!
I love the exploding walkie-talkie.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following: that he always meets his clients face to face with his clients when taking their requests. But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person.
Yes, Your Honor. That is exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer Kind could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews.
Mr. Edgeworth, I extend your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake?
I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor.
Her name?
Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name.
Yes, I see.
Unluckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one has stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so, he simply picked the wrong gender to go with.
What? What is going on? Shelley the Killer. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up my client with another.
So does that mean you remember something different now?
Yes, of course. Please, if you won't allow me to testify once more. Ugh, I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth, and nothing but the truth. Request taking part 2. That's gonna be a part 3, part 4, part 5.
Nah.
Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took the job without having to meet my client. The request was for the murder of one credit and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. Oh. So you took this job through a letter. He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means that he is definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we could do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. Alright.
If I remember right, we actually need to ask about the 2 or 3 small things. Anyways.
Yeah. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there were some clients for whom more meeting is simply not possible. But did you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me. Slam. Alright then, just cough it up and confess. Mr. Wright, you can't badger a witness with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. Killer met with his client? I don't. Ugh. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof. I see. Then your line of questioning was just another waste of time.
Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong.
Ugh. And why could you not meet with certain clients? Tell me. Recently, I've been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Nice business opportunities? On top of which, times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I've joined the times and now take requests via electronic mail. Electronic mail? Do you have a mail to then insinuate a special
God
insulated
damn it,
envelope?
Chad.
No. No.
Doesn't understand the concept of emails.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Despite the fact that this is supposed to be in 2016.
Right. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is some commonly referred to as email. Email? In a contest of mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot hands down.
We can test with the first game.
We cannot cross-examine it, please.
Anyway, so you took the job without having met your client, and?
Cross-examine a parrot. 2 or 3 other things. Yes. And what were those? And what were these other things? A few other things that may have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I push his buttons the wrong way or he gets mad. Let's press.
However, we do have to press.
Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yes? Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? That's... I smell the scent of a backstabber, and should you turn out to be one... But wait! Uh-oh, this is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck, alright? I have to think, is this worth pursuing? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were. If it is truly that important, I don't suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine? After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? Was it inside Mr. Karida's suitcase? And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client? Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony. As you wish. One of these was to find the bear figurine and was given to Adrian Andrews. I found this figurine at Mr. Ngardi's mansion. If he gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Ngardi, I'm sure. That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problems with this piece of testimony? It's a contradiction. So the killer, he says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews, but I know somewhere in that statement there is a contradiction. And yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connection on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. She's right. So now what, Miss? So what? Now what, Dr. Wright? Dr. Wright. Let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at the Garden Mansion. Is that correct? Yes. Where are you going with this? Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly. What? This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it's possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of this bear. The figurine. Where is it? Yeah. I'll do this. Take that. Shelley the killer. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should have not been inside it. This item.
I see where you're going.
Yep, that's where I'm going. Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Damn it, Judge. You're an idiot, but we like you. Your Honor, please think back into Miss Andrews' testimony.
And I was going to burn it. For her sake.
If even for a single minute, this baronet actually had been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Order, order, order! So that's where you two were going.
So by the fact that the suicide note was still inside the bear, tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle.
Which means...
It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client.
Oh! Order, order, order! Phoenix, right. Hmm? I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think our cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that is your only intention, then there is only one thing for me to do. Slam. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. Slam. No, please. Not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to expedient, otherwise I may stay my hand. Otherwise... I suddenly transformed. What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor?
I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or this is enough?
Well, we should...
Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... Yeah, he got the message. Yeah, we can't. We gotta stop.
The prosecution...
What else come on everyone? Even you.
The prosecution rests.
What is going on around here?
The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor.
What? Yeah, we can't press this any further, unfortunately. Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is the most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with all further objections, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I'm reluctant, I must believe that Mr. De Killer's testimony is accurate. That would mean that the Shelley De Killer's client is... Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If I had the trial here, right now, then your client, man and guardian, would be declared innocent. In this place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Miss Andrews would be charged with murder. The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Madame Guardian, to the stand. The items from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. Oh man.
Dude, did the old guy finally decide?
To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But at least on the charge of murder, it would appear that you are innocent.
So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out.
But Mr. On guard.
You were atrocious as a lawyer, weren't you? Giving your client away like this. And not refreshing like a spring-based crap is just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent, alright? Right, Mr. Lawyer?
Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life?
You better get Engard a guilty sentence, okay?
But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged with murder as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty? Or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Marangarde, is innocent.
There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer's gonna say what I want, alright?
Right.
I can't do this. But I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart.
The slight touch here, by the way, that they removed the court record, but
Right. You know, I noticed that too. I was like, what the fuck? So, yeah. Guilty or
I
guilty?
think this choice only affects a little part of the ending.
Yeah. He's guilty.